This is the brand new Cyrusher Ovia step-through EV bike, which comes in 3 different colours. It has a 250 watt motor with a top range of 52 miles and top speed of 15.5 miles per hour. It is one of the loveliest EV bikes I've ever ridden, and today we are going to be testing this bike to the limit on the Goodwood motor circuit in West Sussex. Hello guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome to today's video. Now, as you can see, I've got a rather large box in my garage. This is my new electric bike sent to me kindly by Cyrusher. This is the Ovia model. Now we're going to unbox it, build it, and we're going to take it for a ride and see how good this bike really is. You ready?
Yeah.
Right, let's do it.
Do I do it?
Well, as you can see, the bike box is quite big, and I'm not going to lie, it is very, very heavy. In fact, you couldn't lift it. My dad could just about lift it. But the guys who delivered it were actually really helpful, and we managed to get it into here. So what we're going to do, cut all the straps off. We're going to get the bike out and see how much work there is to build it. I don't think it's going to be very difficult. A lot of it does come pre-made. But there is going to be some building required. I think they do supply some tools as well. I'll have a look in a minute when we get it out the box. Obviously, you shouldn't really be using a blade like this, but for me, it's convenient because I couldn't find my Stanley knife. So it's going to cut all the tape off. Oh, here we go. There's our first glimpse. Now, this bike does come in 3 colours. I've got grey. It actually does come in white and red as well. So, let's have a little peek. In fact, I think we're going to have to try and lift this out again. This is going to be quite difficult. Right, let's get the camera set up and we'll get the bike out of the box. Well, there was no way I was lifting that bike out of that box in that angle with one hand. So what we're going to try and do is find my Stanley knife, which is there. I think what we're going to do is cut the box each end, lower it down, then we can just literally slide the bike out. That is going to be probably the easiest way to get that bike out of this box without straining my back. So, there's one corner. I'll do this side maybe. Oh, look at that! First glimpse at the wheel. That looks really cool, doesn't it? What we're going to have to do is cut that cable tie there, like that. And then I think there's one down the bottom, which is there. Right, there's the front wheel. Stick that there. That is a really beastly tire. I like that. Oh, look at that! Okay, that is really nice. That is actually a lot better than what I thought it was going to look. Oh, that is the best colour. Like I said, it also comes in red and white, but for me, grey and black is the way forward. Right, let's get this bike out and start building it. Just like that, the bike is built. Now, there are a couple of things that I haven't put on. They do supply you with a couple of little mirrors, but I know for a fact they're not going to last 5 minutes with me, so I'm not going to bother putting those on. And again, the front reflector, I'm not going to bother with that. We have got a light on here, so and I'm not going to be doing much nighttime riding, I don't think, so we'll leave it like that. Now, there are a couple of ways to charge this. You've got an access point here. You can plug the charger in there, or you can actually remove the battery, which is quite simple. Quick twist of the key, detach the lever, and then the battery literally drops out. It's very easy. It is actually really practical as well. So what we're going to do, we're going to stick it on charge. Now I think it takes 6 hours to charge. I'm having a look through the manual here, which is really good actually. There is a lot of stuff in here. It tells you all the settings, all the pros and cons, and it's even got a fault page as well. So if you do ever get any problems, which you shouldn't, because this is a really good quality bike, you've got troubleshooting just there. And you can tell it's a good bike as well, the way it's built. Even the small details here, like this little bolt has actually got thread lock on the back of the nut. Most Chinese bikes that you buy, they won't have that, and they'll literally fall apart while you're riding it. But this one, you could just tell just by looking at it, it is a really good quality bike. Even the pedals as well, they fold up for easy storage. Again, a nice little feature. Right, let's get it charged and let's get riding. Okay, I know the Cyrusher Ovia can't do that, but what it can do is reach speeds of up to 30 miles an hour when it's been de-restricted. Which reminds me, we have got the full use of Goodwood motor circuit to test this bike out. So let's get it loaded up and find out what it's capable of. Okay guys, so it is now test ride time. I am super excited to jump on this bike and find out what it's capable of. Now we have come to the Goodwood motor circuit in West Sussex. We are currently on one of their private roads at the moment, and that's the only reason I fitted the throttle. This is illegal to use on public roads. You cannot use that on public roads. You will get the bike seized from you from the police. They are very strict on these now. The bike is limited to 15.5 miles per hour, has a top range of 52 miles. This bike is going to be very impressive, I know it is. Now we have spoken to Goodwood and they have allowed me and Maddie to take the bikes onto the motor circuit later today. We're going to de-restrict this bike and find out how fast it's capable of going when it's de-restricted. But for now we're going to be using the bike on this off-road track which goes all the way around the circuit. We've got some hills, we've got some jumps, we've got some holes. Let's see what this bike's capable of on this terrain first. Then we're going to take it onto the motor circuit and find out how fast it is really capable of going. Okay, so what we need to do is power on. So the power on button is there. That puts the display up. Now you can see I've already done 28 miles on this bike. So I have been using it. I've learnt how it works, what's good, what isn't good. So what we need to do, we've got it in the #1 setting at the moment. You can control that by just increasing that little plus button, takes you up to 5. That is a maximum setting, and that is going to put the motor into its top speed. So as soon as you start pedaling in #5, it's going to pick up really quickly. If we put it back down into 1, it keeps it nice and subtle and it's nice and safe. We've got the horn, which is just there. We've got the power button for the light, which is just there. That is really, really good at night time. I've got to say that is actually one of the best bike lights I think I've ever had. The backlight is down here. We've got a battery button for that, just on the top there. Just press it once to turn it on, press it twice to give it the flick mode, hold it down to turn it back off again. That's nice and easy. We've got the stand there, which is really handy. Adjustable seat. So what we're going to do, we're going to jump on, start pedaling, keep it at #1, and let's see what it does. Now you can hear the motor cut in, and at this speed it's actually really nice. The suspension's really plush, really smooth. This is actually really chilled. I really like this. God, that suspension is brilliant. Let's knock it up to #2. Whoa, okay. You can feel the power pick up. #3. Yeah, that's really picking up now. Crikey. Okay, that's yeah, that's good. That's really good. Go back down to 1 again. See if it's capable of going up this hill. Wow, it is. Look at that. I can pedal up this, no effort at all. That is brilliant. That really is good. So you can see there we've got the Goodwood motor circuit. Now we are actually allowed to use this today. We've got the whole circuit to ourselves, which is going to be absolutely brilliant. I cannot wait to get on there. What we'll do, we'll get back down. See if I can follow my track back down again, which is over there. That's fine. This is brilliant. I absolutely love this bike. Absolutely love it. Wow. This is actually the first EV bike I've ever ridden, and it's, I've got to say, amazing. It really is amazing. With a simple flick of the button, this bike is capable of going over any terrain at a really decent, steady speed. As you can see, I go up this hill with the pedal assist, which makes it completely effortless. Quick spin around, come back down the hill at a nice, quick pace. The front and rear disc brakes are very effective and stop me instantly. But now is the big test. How fast can this bike go de-restricted? So guys, we have come to the Goodwood Motor Circuit in West Sussex, and we have got the whole circuit to ourselves to find out how fast this Cyrusher Ovia is. And what we're going to do is de-restrict it. So it's going to go from doing 15.5 miles per hour to about 30 miles per hour, which is going to improve the acceleration. It's going to improve the whole thing. It's going to be a completely different experience, this bike. And I cannot wait to find out how fast it's going to be. What we're going to do, we're going to do some other tests as well. We're going to try and see if we can maybe do some sprints, some acceleration tests, some other bits and pieces while we're here, because we have got the whole circuit to ourselves. There's nobody here. It's absolutely brilliant. Massive thank you to Goodwood for letting us do this. Right, let's get set up and see what we can do with this bike. So guys, I'm going to show you now how to de-restrict your Cyrusher Ovia bike. You basically need to take these bolts off the crank cover, which will release the plastic cover, and then underneath here you're going to find a load of wires. Now there's one specific wire which you need to disconnect, which will de-restrict your bike. I'm going to get these off now and show you exactly which one it is. Okay guys, so once you've got all those bolts off, you need to pull the cables out. There's a whole bunch of them in there, but there's only one that you need, and it's this one here. What you need to do is press that little tab in and pull it apart. It's as easy as that. That is now de-restricted. So this bike will go from doing 15.5 miles per hour up to about 29 miles per hour. So it's going to be very, very fast. Just what we want for today. Right, let's get this back together and see how fast it really is. Now, I wanted to do a comparison against a standard push bike. Now, I know you're probably thinking it's not fair putting my daughter up against an EV bike, but believe you me, she is very quick on her bike and did some impressive times. Now, this Cyrusher is pulling away nice and strong at a decent pace. In fact, I crossed the finish line at 27 miles per hour, which is very, very impressive for an EV bike. Okay guys, it's now time to test the throttle on its own without the pedal assist. So what we're going to do, we've got it in the top setting, which is number 5. So it's maximum power from the battery. All we're going to do is twist the throttle back and see how quickly it accelerates. Right, 3, 2, 1, go. Remember, this is no pedal assist. This is literally pure throttle. And it is limited to 20 miles an hour. 19. That is flat out 20 miles an hour, and that is the maximum speed on the throttle on its own. And this is in the de-restricted mode. Okay, well that was the throttle. This is now going to be the pedal assist mode. So I'm not going to use the throttle this time. I'm literally just going to start pedaling in number 5, which is the bottom gear, the hardest gear on this bike. So let's go. 3, 2, 1. The motor kicks in, right, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, so you can see it's picking up, 17, 18, right, it's gone past 20, pedal assist will take us up to maximum speed, which is 26, right, that is maxed out at 26 miles per hour, and we're already coming into the first corner at Goodwood, so that is it, 27. Right, that is maximum speed, 27 miles per hour. Whew. Okay guys, so what we're going to do, we're going to take a nice little steady ride around the motor circuit. Now Maddie's never been on a bike around the circuit before. She's been around in cars many times with me, but this is the first time she's actually ridden her bike. Now I've got this on the lowest setting at the moment, which is 1. You can control the settings by this little plus button here, which takes you up to 2, 3, 4 and 5. And you can see the acceleration. It's something else, it really is. I have to slow down a little bit because Maddie can't keep up. So we've got the light control just there as well. We've got the horn, which is more of a beep than a horn. I mean, it's not really a horn as such, but it's very good. It is very good. I don't know if you noticed then, I've actually taken it off. So if you keep continuing to click the minus button, it'll put it into 0, which means the electric motor won't work. So at the moment, this is just me pedaling the bike. If I click it onto 1, you can hear the motor kick in, and it just takes away that strain. When you start to feel your legs get tired, the motor cuts in and just makes it a lot easier for you. Now we've come up to Madgewick. This is the first corner on the motor circuit. You can see all the daffodils are starting to come out, which is quite nice. It is very, very cold today, isn't it, Maddie? It's absolutely freezing. I can't tell you how cold it is. But Goodwood were kind enough to let us use the circuit today, and the sun is shining, so I can't complain too much. So we're coming down up to full water now. Now normally I do a lap of the Goodwood motor circuit probably in about 2-3 minutes. I reckon this is going to take us at least 10 going at this speed. But there are worse places to go for a bike ride. I mean, Goodwood is one of the most prettiest motor circuits in the United Kingdom. You've got the airfield in the middle there with all the planes, the helicopters. It is really, really lovely here. If you guys have never been to Goodwood before, I highly recommend it. They've got events all through the year, car events, plane events, there's all sorts of stuff going on here. Even dog shows as well. Goodwood, one of the best shows at Goodwood. Oh, this bike is absolutely brilliant. I cannot express it enough how nice this is to ride, how easy it is to ride as well. It is so nice. I think Maddie's struggling a little bit. I'm going to slow down. But while she's catching up, I'm just going to take you for a walk around the bike quickly. Now, you've got the stand here, which is really good. Now, like I said earlier, the pedals are brilliant for storage. You can fold those away. It makes it nice and easy to pack away. You've got the rear suspension here, which is an air shock. Front forks are fully adjustable. They've got preload on this side, and they've actually got a lockout with rebound as well. So you can lock the forks out completely and they won't actually compress at all. We've got front and rear hydraulic disc brakes, which are really, really good. They're actually amazing. They really are. Very, very good. We've got 7-speed gears here, Shimano gear set. We've got a rear light here, which is battery powered. Just a quick click on the button will turn that on into a flick mode. Hold it down to turn it off. Like I said before, the front light is controlled by this little button here. And that light is very, very bright. Very bright. Right, let's jump back on the bike and we will continue our ride around the motor circuit. So we're now right on the other side of the motor circuit. Woodcote, we've got the Super Shell corner here. This is one of the scariest corners because you're coming right off the Lavant Straight, which is what we've just ridden down, which is the fastest part of the circuit, into this tight right-hand turn here. And there are no gravel traps here now, so there's hardly any runoff. If you come off here on a car, all that grass is going to do is speed you up a little bit. And you haven't got much runoff before you hit that tyre wall, so you need to be very careful on this part of the circuit. So we're coming now up to the chicane, which again is one of the most famous corners on this circuit. And then we've got the main pit straight. So that is almost a whole lap of the motor circuit. Now what I'm going to do in a minute is go around on my own on maximum power. So we're going to put it on level 5, which is going to increase the motor to its maximum capacity, which is, oh my god, it's actually really fast. Crikey. Just slow down a little bit. Oh my god, this is going to be fun. This is going to be a lot of fun. Now we're just coming through the chicane here at the moment. This is actually polystyrene, doesn't look it, but if a car does hit this, it literally just explodes and make a horrible mess everywhere. And here we are back onto the pit straight again. So what we're going to do, we're going to go set the bike up, set the tripod up, and see how fast we can do a lap of the Goodwood motor circuit on the Cyrusher Ovia. Right guys, it is now time to do a full lap of the Goodwood motor circuit on the Cyrusher Ovia, see how fast this bike really is. Now I'm going to put it on a time lapse because it's going to be a good 5 minutes I think. May's going to wait there for me. So let's jump on the bike and see what it can do. Okay, so the bike is now set up, ready to go. We have de-restricted it. We have got 91% battery power, which is more than enough for what we need. We've got a completely empty circuit. There is nobody else here apart from the guys who work here. This is going to be a lot of fun, and I am super excited to find out how fast this bike is going to go. Now, Maddie's going to stay here and wait for me because there's absolutely no way she's going to keep up with me. So she's going to time me and see how fast we can do a lap of the Goodwood motor circuit on the Cyrusher Ovia bike. I've got to admit, this is probably one of the funnest videos I've ever made for my channel. Massive thank you to Cyrusher again for sending me out this bike. I will put a link in the description below where you can get your very own one. Right now, I'm going to get suited and booted, jump on the bike and do a lap of the Goodwood motor circuit. Are you ready? Oh, you're not going anywhere, I am. Right, we're going to count down from now. 3, 2, 1, go! Now, I've got to say, this was one of the coldest days of the year. Although it looks very sunny, it was absolutely freezing with the wind blowing against me halfway around the circuit. By the time I got to the end, I couldn't actually feel my fingers. But the Cyrusher kept on going. I didn't get out of breath. It was a very, very decent ride. I actually did a whole lap of the motor circuit in 5 minutes and 46 seconds. This bike is one of the best EV bikes I have ever ridden, and I can't recommend it enough. You can get your very own Cyrusher in the description I'm going to put in this video. It is a really, really good bike. If you're looking for a really fun, easy to ride EV bike which is quite reasonably priced, the Cyrusher Ovia is definitely the bike for you, and it comes in 3 different colours. It looks absolutely awesome and I can't recommend it enough. Right guys, well that is it for today's video. Hope you've enjoyed it. Now, a massive thank you to Goodwood again for letting us use the motor circuit today, and also a massive thank you to Cyrusher for sending me out the Ovia bike. I will put a link in the description where you can get your very own one. Hope you've enjoyed today's video. I know it's a little bit different, but I am going to be doing more of these videos as the channel grows bigger and we progress with all the things that we're doing. Hope you've enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe. Please go and check out the Instagram, which is _. Also go and check out the Facebook page. Like always, I put all the pictures on Facebook, 10 of the best on Instagram, and we will see you on next week's video.